Hey guys, Coach Kutra here. Hope everybody's doing all right. I just wanted to talk you through this monthly budget real quick. So if you have been doing each part of the assignment in order, I wanted to tell you thank you. I really appreciate you doing this. Keep up the good work. If you haven't, please make sure you try to get caught up as quick as possible. And for this assignment, it's pretty important that you do everything in order. All right, so this is an example of a monthly budget. All right, a monthly budget is basically a map for the month of how you're going to spend your money. And I'm going to try to talk you through each one of these steps. So first thing, looking at housing. All right, I want you to go back and look at this second section where you bought your house. All right, my mortgage payment, I looked at the total down here at the bottom, $921. That's my mortgage payment. All right, next part is utilities. Now, I wanted to talk you through what utilities actually mean. All right, utilities include electricity, gas, water, sewer, trash. Some neighborhoods have an HOA fee, etc. Now, the house that I bought in this example was 2,000 square feet. And a 2,000 square foot house, it's a pretty big house. It's not huge, but it is big enough for a family. So I want you to consider where you might be living during this budget. If you have a huge house in your project, you might want to try to scale that down a little bit to a smaller house, possibly. But if you bought a huge mansion, see how much you can consider how much things might cost. I listed on my E-Class page, I gave you a website that'll tell you the US average utility bills. So you can go check that out. And then I did these numbers. Just remember that my house is a little bit bigger. So I went ahead and bumped up electricity to 175. I like running the air conditioning all summer. I really hate being hot. So I have my air going all the time. Gas, I went ahead and bumped that up also. So on the opposite end of the spectrum, my wife wants to make sure the heat is cranking during the wintertime. So that ours is always a little bit higher. Water, considering how many people are going to be living in that house, you got laundry, shower, dishes, how much water are you going to be using? I'll put 120. And then if you're paying for sewer, it's typically around $35, and trash is typically around 24, somewhere between 15 to 24. But based off your numbers, yours might be smaller. Let's say you bought a smaller home. These are all going to shrink, obviously. Let's say you have a house full of one person, just you. This water bill is going to go down. You don't have to crank your electricity all the time. You don't have to have every TV on in the house and every light on in the house at the same time. Your parents probably tell you all the time to turn something off. That's why, that electric bill. So when you get all your bills, all I need you to do is add that up. So I added mine, and it was $470. So you can see on my sheet, utilities, $470. Next part, we're looking at food, grocery store. My family easily spends $100 a week, more like $175 a week at the grocery store. But I just did this considering to make my numbers round and easy. I did about $100 at the grocery store a week, and then $50 eating out. So $450. You can consider how much you eat out and how much you want to cook at home. Your car payment, I want you to go back to your section 3. My vehicle monthly payment is down here, $671. So I added that in. And then my car insurance was down here at the bottom. $185 is what I had. So yours might be a little different. So I added that. Car expenses. When I say car expenses, we're talking about gas filling up. How often do you fill up? Oil changes. Eventually, you're going to have to buy new tires, new brakes. That adds up quick. But on average, you can say if you're operating a vehicle, it'll be about $150 for all your car expenses a month. Your credit card payment, remember that was from the previous section. You should have seen that you're paying $202. That's your minimum payment. College student loans. Now, if you do not plan on going to college, you can scratch this out of your budget. This is just an average amount that you might be paying back every year or every month for student loans. Cell phone, you probably know how much a cell phone bill costs. That's for one person. Necessities, toilet paper, house supplies, anything you need to run a household, air conditioning, filters, the list goes on and on. I put about $100 a month. Entertainment, do you want to have cable in your house? Do you want to have internet in your house? Do you want to go out with friends, go out to eat, go to the movies, etc.? That adds up quick. I put about $250. And then this savings part. I want you to calculate 0.08 times how much you take home. All right, my take home was $4,500. So I went ahead and calculated this. And that means that I need to save roughly $360. All right, I want y'all to put 8% in savings to start. All right, only thing that can get confusing with this budget. First thing that I did, once I have it filled up, all right, you can leave this bottom line blank for now. I want you to add up all of your expenses, okay? When I added up my expenses, I wrote down here, my expenses equaled $3,874. All right, that is including this initial 8% savings. All right, so when I find that amount, I want you to look at how much you take home. $4,500 is what I had. And I want you to subtract that how much I'm spending from that amount. So when I subtracted that, 4,500 minus this 3,874, that's what my budget totaled. I get a $626 difference. All right, if you have money left over, some of you won't. If you do have money left over, I want you to go back and add it into that savings. All right, because it's important for a monthly budget that you operate off of. You want your total down here at the bottom to equal take home, and that's how much my budget equals. So I have a difference of $0. I want to assign every dollar that I get somewhere. So if you have money left over, put that extra in your savings account. All right. If you don't have money left over, you're going to have to go back and find out what I can take money out of to make sure I have enough money to pay for my bills. So it's important that you understand that I assign every dollar a place to go. That's why I didn't total $4,500 to start. So I went back, I got the difference, and I added it into my savings. Now, when I add everything up, including this $360 and $626, if I total it up, it's $4,500, and that's the same amount of money that I take home. All right, I hope this helps. I hope the website I gave you helps. You can go on there, look at some average costs for utilities. You can get on the internet and find the average cost of anything. So if you're having trouble trying to decide how much you might be spending in certain categories, just look it up on the internet. You shouldn't have any problems finding that out. All right, I hope this helps, guys. If you have any questions at all, just contact me on the discussion post and I'll be happy to help you. Thanks, guys.